obviously we know the players are in for a treat today with the live broadcast, the professional setup. What do the businesses get out of this?
Yeah, businesses actually, they get the networking, they get the brand promotion, they get the new customer development because they meet the cross section of the people, and all over all kind of the business promotion work. That's what they get. Like if you look at a corporate corporate tournament, there you are only just entertaining your existing customers. You do not develop new customers. Here you have only very small section are your customers, but there you are interacting with a very large section which are not your customers. I think it is a new customer development, new business development. I think that's a major thing.
Photographs being taken, and who is going to have the honour? Is it the honour to be the first one to tee off? Let's hand over to Nick Tarrant now down on the first tee.
Dubai for the 2021 Emirates Amateur Golf League EAGL Corporate Invitational. This is a match number 1, the 12:10 tee time. On the tee representing Emirates NBD, Rohit Gupta.
Five handicap for Mark this afternoon. They know full well day off to a nice start.
Bipin Bhatia. Shot, all eight scores from the team.
Thanks a lot, Graham. I'm here now with EAGL brand ambassador and three-time Asian Tour winner Shiv Kapoor. Shiv, just talk to us a bit how important it is for you to host this junior event.
No, it's obviously very important to give back to the game. You know, the sport of golf has given me so much. The city of Dubai, you know, the country of UAE in general. You know, this is my home now, and I thought, what a great way to start off the EAGL Corporate Series by doing a junior event and giving back to the community. All the kids that came here today played for free. The standard of golf was exceptional. I mean, if you just look at the scoring, you had somebody shoot, 31 on the front nine. So, really happy to see the standard of golf in Dubai and how it's growing around the UAE, and hopefully we can make this the first of many.
For the downtown views, especially at that last tee time at 9 p.m. It's fantastic, and the green of the golf course really shows through under those floodlights. Renamed the Trap Maidan Golf and managed by Troon Golf. And a different concept, obviously completely different concept to the old NAD, when the old NAD was a member-based facility.
On the second, 190 yards odd to get to the green.
Yeah, I'm not sure he likes that one, to be honest. Today I think it's
189
yards. So, I mean, a lot of these guys, that's going to be hybrid.
This is Satif, 9 handicap, so he'll be looking to get a good one. Well, it's not in any danger. They look like a clean hit, holding the pose. Two for a net par, and you still get a point if you manage to get a bogey, so your higher handicappers can still contribute very much to the team. S&P, Shapoorji Palonji and Atari Chain getting their teams underway.
On the tee representing
P, 10 handicapper. Not wasting any time up there, which I think is the best way to do it. If you stand over that first tee shot too long, too many thoughts will go through your head.
Sorry.
Different teams have their different colour shirts. S&P in that nice blue colour. Fairway, good shot there from Vikram. Gary plays off 2. So he should be. What a wonderful player he is on the amateur scene. Now, can he get away nice and safely? And finally for this group, Sean Kramer playing off. The danger really is on the right-hand side, so very conscious of that.
Good luck all.
Teeing off today.
Sahil Juval to the first tee.
Slow down, Gary. Don't start running yet. You've got a long afternoon in front of you. To work out there with you. We have got a job to do. I want to keep you here all afternoon. Rakesh Yadav now. His putt on the third.
Very good.
Oh, well,
Very good.
keeping the pins in. How do you feel about that?
A bit long out there on the golf course system.
Just wants to nudge it down there. That might
Just left
fall
it short there, I
left it
think.
short.
Yeah.
Quite sneakily, doesn't
I believe it. I mean, it actually, it is in play on all 9 holes, believe it or not. I mean, you have to hit a pretty bad one on number 5 to find down. So you certainly need to stock up on your golf balls, so you can see the quality of the junior golfers that the UAE possess. And again, that's partly down to how good the facilities are here, the coaching, you know, the weather, of course. So no, it's great to see. I think the junior and the amateur game within the full hammer facilities are nearing maximum capacity. Visit trooninternational.com.
Your course is looking absolutely stunning, and from the golf we've seen as well, the players are rising to the
They
challenge you
certainly
set
are.
them.
Thank you.
Now Marwen on the second. Oh! Straight at the pin, gets a number. Sickening though, if you're in the handicapper. That's a good few point benefits of one, but it is tricky. Well, he's done very well. Nice pace. This is for par, her tee shot off the green. She's chipped. Oh, well played. Hole for group 7, putting for par. Nicely done.
Golf is more for the bankers, and these are the events which is looked after by the more bankers and the businessmen, and the importance for the health is more for the wealthy people, that is the bankers.
البطولة جدا ممتازة. جماعة من الكوربريت انفيتيشنال عملوا لنا بطولة طيبة، وبالعكس نحن فرحانين ومسرورين ان نكون ضمن الرعاة في البطولة هاي، ونتمنى ان فريقنا يحقق نتائج طيبة ان شاء الله.
So I represent Shapulji Palanji. We are a real estate development company. We are coming up with a luxury residential project in downtown Dubai. So this is our first flagship real estate development outside of our home country, India.
Satoshi effect. When I talk about Satoshi effects, I have 40-year experience in the forex and crypto world. I know exactly how the world used to move. And forex and crypto, I put it together. So Satoshi is the future, FX is the past.
GRP Industries is a manufacturer of industrial plastics that is linked with the infrastructure development of Dubai, and we've been manufacturing here in the UAE for 33 years now, and we've been tied into the growth of the city and the country and all the infrastructure and power.
It's wonderful. هي حظ إلنا إنه هي مع إنه الجولف لعبة فردية، لعبة individual. It's a team event. It's not often we get to play in team events. So it's exciting to bond with the rest of the team and try to win this competition for Bentley.
His team already out on the course. Wilf. As we watch Tari Chain trying to hit their first approach shot of the day. And that was a really busy part of Dubai, this Maidan track. Of course, the race course nearby. Loads of construction, in fact, going on as well. Don't want to try and be too cute with this, otherwise you find it just resting on the fringe. But it's just got to slow down. What a lovely putt! Oh, hits the pin! What a wonderful chip that was from Vikram. Effort here. Now he just wants to nudge it up close. Get out of this hole. Oh, well, who would have expected that? So now Gary is trying to just ease it down there. Just two earlier groups who had similar putts. They both fell away to his left. Has he done it well? Oh, he has. Lovely. Well done. Breeze out there. We'll just go back to the first tee first before we talk about that. Marwan Hadi playing for Emirates NBD, his tee shot.
So Marwan's the head of Emirates NBD Retail. Is a great, all these bankers who work very hard in their off time, they're practicing in sneaky ways to get ready for events like this.
It is, you can't think, certainly holding their nerve so far.
No, I have been very impressed with the standard of golf you are. You can have a 3 handicapper playing with, and that's the great thing. Not many sports can give you that, whether it's tennis or cricket or football, unless you're of a similar standard, you don't really enjoy playing with the other person, whereas...
Bond very much with the people you're playing with, don't you? And in terms of business, it could take you who knows where after they've finished with their last hole today. Most of the golfers, they won't even recognise it, it doesn't change their game. Is there enough in the air for you? Wonderful morning with junior golfers, as we just checked.
Where you have a handful of tournaments where the best players in the world come, and that kind of exposure is very, very important for them. Build them up into these demigods, and you think, they hit the ball a lot better than they do, or they chip so much better, they putt so much better. Sure, when you actually take the field, and then you realize 2 shots over 9 holes, and if you actually add that up, it comes 8th on the pro ranks.
18th, a very different prospect, not only for the players but for the viewers as well. It will look terrific on TV, there's no doubt about that. But just your thoughts on moving it. Is it a nice with tradition?
I think if you look at the grid, but I think they're trying to look for more of a link style test, and perhaps we'll all be proven wrong.
It is, as you say, it's a very different.
I think it's a great venue. We're a bit spoiled here. Yeah, I think it's very important, like we were talking about earlier. The growth of the game comes from public golf courses and access. What a great putt that is.
That was.
One of the faster putts, so it's going to be very pleased with that live on TV.
That's a very Jack Nicklaus-esque putting style there, isn't it? Very low over the ball, but it's worked. People are already walking off the green, assuming you've holed it. Chip on, up and down for his par. Bounces nicely. That's a good chip.
On the tee, representing Atari K, Wayne Taylor.
Again, a very similar chip. Bipin Bhatia. Trying to nudge it. Just a little bit tentative, need a little bit more. The Abu Dhabi Golf Club, which up until next year has hosted the Abu Dhabi HSBC Championship. Next, Jebel Ali course, which has undergone some renovations of its own. That's a nice putt. Is it going to drop? Oh! That wasn't the chip he was looking for. He wanted to be a lot closer than this. So this is now for his par. Low crouch over the ball. Has he hit it? No, he hasn't. You see as well, it's not only the cameras, they've got scorers there and caddies with them, and all adds to the pressure. But they move on to the third, which is the first par 4.
Bunker, and it all feeds from left to right.
Canal Saith, our 7th group out there, getting to the end of their day.
You see that break from left to right. Again, not as much as he thinks. It's picking up the green, and the subtleties is what I find the difference between pros and the amateurs, just to pick up on those. Look, it's an art, reading greens, as I said. This is Marwan putting for par. Good effort. It's reading putts. And I think all too often that doesn't happen, and they expect to be able to. Everything is an art that needs to be practiced.
None of these putts in this group seem to be falling on this hole at all. Maybe. Oh, very nice.
Perfect.
Calm as you like. Perfect speed, perfect tempo. Very nice. Oh, that's...
I guess it's the coach's fault.
Yeah, what exactly? I watched you live on TV, not doing what I told you. Back to the second, the longest par 3, 189 yards. Sourabh Narain. And that's pretty good.
It's a beautiful shot there. Again, a very narrow target.
Now it's Madhu Bandari, 18 handicapper. He'll be delighted to get near the green. I think he started it off left. Will it come round? Has he got the distance? Much 170 yards. It's daunting for this handicapper, these handicappers. That looks like he caught it nicely. Very short there. I'll wait and see who that was. And on your first shot, you're trying to remember, and then, 20 minutes later, you're going back to your old game, don't you? It's second. This is a par putt. Through the shadows. This is one of my Achilles heels now, shadows.
These funny ones.
And that's in the hole. What a great birdie putt that was. Par putt for Sunil Agarwal. He can.
That's a great hole for them. They would have picked up quite a few points there.
And I wonder as well, they're walking along a course. Scorecards. Emirates MBD scores. Halfway with the groups, nearly. That's Group 7. Emirates NBD and Wealth of Wellness. Both Salford points being made and won and lost all afternoon until that final hole out. Then one back to the golf, and I'm delighted to say I have another special guest joining me in the commentary area. Good to see you. Let's talk about EAGL as a whole first before we get to the golf itself. We started with that first event, that mini-series, little parts of...
It's doing something really different for amateur golf in the region that really puts a different slant on things when you've got 5 or 6 cameras pointing at you when you're about to take your tee shot or your 6-foot putt. So yeah, I think it's done some new courses springing up all over the place, and of course the European Tour has become it's really a stronghold for the Tour out here with all these new events taking place. Sprung out of the desert over here, and now it's one of the biggest golfing destinations in the world.
In the Middle East seems a bit of a no-brainer now, but looking at it at the time, there were probably a few questions asked, as you said. Is there really a team get to sit down and have long conversations with the great and good of the game on regular basis?
And as I said before, we're really spoilt here with the amount of top class tour events we have here, both in the men's and the ladies game.
Let's talk about Maidan then. It's an interesting. Maidan has set itself out to be the kind of course that literally anybody can come to. One of their mottos is "We don't care what you wear." Just.
But there's definitely a need for sort of a course that's got less barriers to entry. As you said, there's no airs and graces here, although I must say the course is an absolutely... and you're going to have a great time. They have music on the driving range. As you said before, there's not any strict dress code, put it that way.
So let's look at the course then. Mark Moody about to take his tee shot on the 6th hole, the par 3, the shorter of the two.
Let's see how he's gone there.
Looked like he hit it fairly well. Andrew Wood, 6 handicapper. No messing about there. He takes his shot straight away. Hold his pose for a little bit. As a course, as you were saying just before, Rick, it's a course that anyone can come and play at any time.
Well, I think obviously the fact that it's a 9-hole course for a start is you know, it's part of my winning worldwide golf team.
There he is. He's a big part of your success. Has he hold another one?
Oh, he's left it short.
Heartache. Yeah, not only for the Middle East, but in particular the UAE. The ties, as you said earlier, between the European Tour and the Middle East are, which would lead you to believe that if he enters a major, he thinks he's capable of winning it after everything he's been through.
I think the one thing we've all learnt with him, but as I say, we know never to write off Tiger.
And he hasn't played out here actually for quite a while. He was obviously a regular visitor to Dubai. He played in Abu Dhabi a couple of times, but I think his last trip to Dubai...
I don't think so. I think if we see him playing regularly again...
So he's got to really concentrate over that one to get good contact.
Maybe he could caddy.
He could caddy. That would be the icing on the cake. What a putt that was we've just seen there. Got to go back to work. You've got lots to do. Thank you for your time.
Thank
we
you, Graham.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Oh, what a putt that was to see. Unexpected, but it was nestled right up against the display here in Dubai. The sun slowly making its way downwards. Surab Narain with this putt downhill for birdie. Looking for it to turn to the right, doesn't move at all. Good weight. Putting uphill. This is a par putt. I think he's left that short. No, it's rolled on quite a bit more than I imagined. Tidying up. That takes a little bit of pressure. He's going to try and hole out. And he does so. That's a par putt for the 7 handicapper. Surab Narain tidies up nicely. The first drive out the way, but these little shots will be the testers. He's chipped it on the green, just wants it to roll on a little bit more, but that's nicely played. It's not going to be the easiest of putts, and this should be a birdie putt. Starting it left, hoping it's going to fall to the right as it dies off. Creeping down there again. Wellness team. That's a strong putt. That's going to go past. It just needs to slow down. It's confident. Again, I think he would have liked Mark. Now, this would be a nice one to go in. Let's just push that to the right and it never changed course all the way. Shiv Kapoor, when he joins me a little bit later on, he'll explain how the wind would be of concern to him probably, but the amateurs, it's the least of their concerns. Oh, just misses on the left-hand side. Lovely stroke, they rolled it really nicely. Finish up. Well done, that's the first hole done. Ball in the pocket, breathe out. This is one of those tricky bunker shots. It's out.
Very, very handy golfer.
I see the underlying meaning of what you're saying there, Shiv. Paul Bogan also coming out of the bunker. A lot of players playing a putt out of the... Yeah, it's either gone too far or too short. Every time we've seen that shot, so difficult to judge. When do you putt from off the green? When do you get a club out?
You know, it's a personal thing. I don't think there's any hard and fast sport in dead man's land between trying to chip it and putt it, and it was kind of a nothing shot. But more often than not, if you can get a putt, we heard from him earlier.
He's quite the character, isn't he? I bet it's good fun playing around with him. Here we go.
That's the enthusiasm we want to see. That's a tricky downhill putt. Seems to have judged it. This would be some up and down from Paul.
Oh, and it is.
Fantastic up and down to finish the day. Mukesh Kochar finishing. Sort of Lee Trevino-esque there.
As well, straight in the hole, well done. Of 18, as you say, a lot of these last groups are they forge relationships and bonds and about playing with amateurs, and they're constantly asking you questions. Are you okay with that, or there are points you just think off the ninth? And it's the water down the left which is the worry, keeping that low out of the wind, very sensible. Don't know if it's intentional, but that's fine.
He's done brilliant. Have a chance at hitting this green in two. Seems to be going a bit right. He's done well.
It's worked out nicely. I think he will have a crack, won't he?
First hole, she hits a big ball as well. Won't be surprised if she hits it past most of the men here. That's a lovely swing.
It's a great swing, yeah.
Didn't hold back there.
And there you go. And that's why you're the tour professional. What's that blowing up?
Another nice pass at it. Seems like 4 good tee shots.
Rarest of things on live TV, it's live amateur golf as well, which a lot of people say they love to watch.
And then you expect to go out on the first tee and hit a perfect tee shot. The other thing is keeping your expectations in check. You know, what is a good shot for an amateur? More often than not, I find your first couple of shots of the day set the tone for the rest of the day. You know, you start off with a good shot, everything goes fine. You know, the first couple of shots don't go well, and then you know, the whole day is.
Well, it's interesting. Yeah, it's dealing with the bad shots. I think a reason why we love watching Phil Mickelson, for example,
it's a lot easier to hold a couple of more 4-footers in a round,
and that's it, and then they move to the first tee, and that's the biggest problem, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's how you practice. Like I said, your practice precedes your performance, so it needs to be fast as you can, and then you get on the first tee and you're trying to slow down your swing. It's not.
We're looking at Pankaj Kundra, 14 handicapper. Talk about his putting style as we're looking at there. Quite a long way away from the ball.
Long rhythmic stroke, and he's stood very differently. So many ways to skin a cat, as they say.
Looking down over the ball, straight down.
On the target line or inside, never.
The Tiger word there. We have to mention how wonderful it is. He's going to be back out playing with his cut just a short time after that.
Off in the past, and he's come back to win the Tour Championship and to win the Masters. Won't surprise me if he comes back again. So the person, you know, even though he's had a car crash and he's broken his leg, he's still working on other parts of his body. He said the other day, very, very serious about making a comeback. When that's going to be and when he's going to
anymore. I'll still love the game. I'll still play, you know, maybe Champions Tour, Legends Tour events like that.
Well, I can still play, and you know, maybe I've got more left in me. But I think Tiger's a bit different. I think he'll only compete if he feels he can win, and effective with this club.
There it is. Worried about the commentators' curse then, but how much do you think inside their heads you're living the dream? This is the Satoshi FX team. Choosing to play without one. 14 handicapper. 189 yards to reach this green. He's not even watching it, but it's fine. Well played. Looks like he struck it well. Has he got the distance and the direction? At the moment, watching it carefully. Everyone else in the group has decided to leave, but that's a wonderful shot. That's the best of the day so far. What a shot from Sanjay Advani.
Expecting him to put this close. Comes up a little shy of a formidable partnership. Khalid using a putter from off the green. Tough shot that. And as you can see, as it gets lighter, the ball. And that's Ryan. That's a pretty good effort from there. He's got to pitch this past that dark patch. You can see the changes of elevation. He's landed that a little short, so probably not going to make its way all the way down.
With the putter again, this way of judging, obviously.
So the technique is called plumb bobbing. What you're trying to establish with that is the amount of break. Do it, and it gives you an approximate idea of how much the ball is going to break from left to right or right to left. Sure. Go around changing their swings and their grips and everything that you can possibly change. But if you go back to taking a lot of the art of reading greens out of the equation, it's become more of a mathematical calculation, and I think it's the right move to roll it back.
And you have your players like your Padraig Harringtons. He genuinely enjoys trying this stuff, isn't it? Some of it is through necessity to...
Schools of thought, obviously there's a lot of information out there now. It's extra off the tee. He's done the Happy Gilmore off the tee, so he's a extreme example of that. But yes, you always want to improve, but I think at the same time...
change their game entirely, and the game just seems to slip.
Losing what you already had and trying to gain something.
And for the amateurs, you know, you're, let's say, more mature player, you wouldn't advise overhauling a swing or anything once you reach a certain age. Just stick with what you got and just play golf as long as you can.
Posture. And a lot of people will come to me and say, well, I sliced the ball, where you do your experimentation, and once you're on the golf course, you've got to play.
You can. You need to be as positive you can and as confident in your different clubs. Oh.
Misjudging the line just a little bit.
Par putt for Zaid Noorani. Quite often when you watch a professional tour event, oh, that's gone straight in, lovely putt. You watch a professional tour event and leaving Bryson DeChambeau out of the argument, there's a lot of...
More people going to left-hand low. It's not as much of a conventional putting grip or your regular size of putting grips. It seems like it's become more of a thing, has been lost a little bit.
I was about to say, are we getting further away from the just feeling it and we're on back to the 7th hole. And that just goes oh, those are the ones that hurt the most. Do you know what? In safely. Hole 7 done. 2 to go. Well done. For the younger ones or the older ones? Are the older ones a bit more once in a lifetime affair? For the young ones, often they go into these things full of confidence and the rough on the left hand side of the fairway. It's up high and again stops at the track at Maidan. Hopefully we'll see all these groups come in before bunker shot. Oh, we're not going to see that one. We're going to go back to 6 just now. Khalid Samawi, 169 yards this par 3. That's a really good one. Really good. Back to hole 5 then. Rolls on.
Green to work with.
You don't want to get too cute with it. You get in all sorts of trouble. Amit Sood putting down the hill, going from right. Again, that's the kind of, that bunker shot is the kind of shot that an amateur is trying to land it right next to the pin. And the excitement, the adrenaline as well will wear the madness creeps in. Often the concentration can slip.
That was Anil, what we think was a birdie putt. Seemed like keep going. Comes up short. Oof. Well, I think it's best you just don't predict any of these shots now.
Oh, that's a heartbreaker.
Then not spend the time on the putting green trying to correct it.
And there we go. There's another one to prove your point. And so is it that? Is it?
No, most of the practice is spent on the driving range and not much on the putting greens.
Today here.
Yeah, well, part of the main role that we fulfil with the rest of the team here at Maidan, adults speaking to juniors in terms of the group golf. So there's often kind of needs for the operation in terms of tee times in the groups, and just making to get as many new golfers into the game and help. Just the friendly atmosphere we have here has been the reason, and it's a very easy access. Rather than going down to the other end of Dubai for the kind of is probably more maybe the bulk of some of the clientele we have, but we still have courses as well, which means junior golfers can get on a kind of playing experience that's almost tailor-made for their age level at a very early age and enjoy it, and then obviously have that really strong progression to the full course. And we're seeing a very friendly atmosphere, and you know, that certainly is different to maybe some of the other clubs which are a bit more commercial in terms of the member sort of setup. Obviously here with a kind of more of a public access, it does
try and get onto the green. Just talk about, for example, this easier ones to play, but we're seeing a lot of shots, especially over here on this right-hand side. People not estimating the distance very well today.
Yeah, it's a very clever to maybe under club more often than not.
Where's this putt going to go, Malcolm?
Well, it should be relatively straight from this side, and you can see that it's a good score in this hole in general. But to have a defined line, it makes it very clear what's in the hazard and what's not. And again, in terms of the scoring, yeah, it would be quite common that in terms of maybe some of these areas, there are some infractions that would be a too short.
So when you play yourself, what are you playing off? What would you go around here with?
Good score. We're aiming to obviously try and get as close to that, and then we can beat that par score. Even in recent professional events, you know, there's not a huge dent in the under par scores, but the juniors, some great scores from the juniors this morning, and again, just showing up the talent we have here in Dubai for sculpting the golf course round. Certainly having a par 5 finishing hole is a dramatic hole with the water there, and the easiest, I would say, layup with the second shot. But the par 5.
One of the biggest things is not understanding their own game. This is Kiefer Kelly chipping on and almost holding out, but it's running on a little. This is a putt to judge, the pin in a bit of a bowl. Comes down that hill there, and that's a really nice putt. Hit the pin. If you can hold this, it'd be a delight. It bobbles with the putt, stays left as well. Oh, Satoshi FX. Oh, just disappointed with the putt as well. Need to settle the nerves early on. Oh, he's missed again down the right hand side. 10 handicapper. Back to the 8th.
Mark Moody up the hill. You can see the change of green, the rapid putt. See if he can keep it below the hole. Oh, he has. Looked like a push there straight off the bat.
I don't know what to say, Shiv. You just can't predict any of these. You've got to stop now. Ruining their chance of lifting a trophy.
You're going to have to use reverse psychology now.
Sri Gupta, 7 handicapper, really nice swing. Tough to find. I think she's found the front bunker there. 8 handicapper for the Wealth of Wellness team. On par effort, had a bit of trouble off the fairway. Found the green with his 3rd, and this is for par. His chip that got him into that trouble. Putting it up again. Alan sends it on his way. Earlier on today, whatever the situation, however quick or slow you have to play, try and stick to your routine as much as possible. Alan there. And he's got it. Well done. Nice, Manzoor. Finally for this group, Yakesh Yadav to clean up. Lovely.
That happens. That's a nice looking coming up.
So this is Anand again, trying to get out of the bunker and get on the playing surface. Another long bunker shot. Got to catch this right, and he has caught it.
Oh, it went over here.
And it's gone right over the green. And points to the Atari total. Oh, he's not happy with that at all. As soon as he hit it. And this is Oswald Arellano. Struggling to get near the hole to finish his round. 5 feet short of the pin to tidy up Anand. And now just a reminder that we are in one of the most exciting cities on the planet, Dubai. There's the Burj Khalifa, dominates.
And I think it will be at least quite a lot. See, it didn't go there. Particularly, you see, when you are having the cameras and this newer, oh, they said that we were having a nervous on the first tee, and after that we were thinking they are very delighted because they don't get this kind of opportunity anywhere, even like a pro golf tournament environment.
Yeah, first of all, you're racked with nerves because you know that friends and family are watching.
Yeah, that's true. That is what exactly happened, because all of them have actually sent messages, and so any other of the amateur golfing platforms, you do not develop new customers. You only really spins, then you really have a broader...
Quite the tee shot. That's it. Good contact. I think he might like it. And she's just taken her shot, and she's also done really well. Wellness team. Just needs it to stop and pull up, and it does eventually, but just... Bit of a nightmare for him. Is that going to roll up nicely? That looks very good. This is a downhill putt for his birdie. Sends it on his way. Has he given it enough? I think he expected the meet. Still a par. Does get a few points. Didn't give it enough. Next to play. She's had a really good day. This is her par putt. It's a good... It just stays on the right, drifts past, but... And he has! In it drops. And a bit of a brighter finish than he possibly imagined. A giggle and a fist bump from his teammate. Par putt then to finish off Jamie Burton. Got to commit to this. No, and that's gone by as well. Disappointing finish for Jamie. Canal. In we go, and that's it. And she goes, very good golfer. Jayshree Gupta. Shown it again here at the track. Using their speed a little bit.
Yeah, as the day goes on, obviously you'll see a bit greens.
Oh!
Great effort that.
Wow. Service here. People to welcome them off the tee, check their scores. It's the full deal here. Sarah Narain missing and walking off with some venom.
He's not held back. Seems to be heading left though.
That could be in danger. Stop, stop.
He can get a club on it. So Saurabh Narayan. Looks like a handy tee shot. Right down the middle.
And rolling on as well. Got a nice bounce. Sunil, that one looks to be
headed left as
headed
well.
left as well. Penultimate group there, walking down their final fairway.
That's heading down the left side. Needs to catch a piece of the fairway. This is Anil Shivana. Looks like that's heading down the right side. Catch a piece of the fairway. Seems to be heading down the middle. Just catches the left side. Deepak Mandodi. Looks like that's heading for the fairway as well. And just catches waist area on the right. Shouldn't be too much trouble from there. Ball seems to be lying okay. And the penultimate group now seem to have a couple of balls on the green. He's electing to chip this one. Looks like a very handy chip as well. We saw that hold earlier today. This looks like a birdie putt. Has not given it enough. The putt breaks significantly from right to left. Hopefully he can give this enough speed. Seems to have hit it on a good line. Has he got enough speed? Again, breaks a little more than you expect. Needs to give this his full attention. Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic. Nice way to finish up. 9 teams, and it all comes down to the last group to decide the winning team.
Thank you very much, Shiv. Now, we're just going to chat here with one of the stars of the day today. Tell us about your nerves on the first tee then. Obviously, you'd normally get nerves playing in any event, but knowing the cameras are there, how much is that playing on your mind?
I tried to block them out, so I felt all right about it. I just thought concentrate on your tee shot and just hit what you can. Fortunately, it worked out to be a nice tee shot, so yeah, I was happy enough with it.
I really thank the rulers in such a small city and in a small vicinity. You have so many golf courses, so many nationalities here, and when you have events like this, you meet people from all walks of life. It's wonderful.
I was lucky enough to play the first time. The Invitational was held at the Fire course, so I kind of was a little bit prepared of what it was going to look like and feel like. But I have to say, Maidan is a great location. It's been a very nice day out. It's beautiful out here. It doesn't feel like Dubai in some ways. And I think it's been really nice to meet a lot of new corporates and new people today as well, compared to the last one as well.
I would like to thank Sudesh Agarwal, the EAGL tournament organization, and my sponsors, Sharupji Palonji, for inviting us. And I must say that this is a second edition. I played the first edition, and this is notch better than the previous, because now the corporates are involved. So I think more networking possibilities it comes to business environment.
It was excellent, actually. I think it was quite a lovely day, a great event. I thank the EAGL organizing committee for organizing such a wonderful day, and honestly, there is no better weather, better time to play golf than in Dubai. The greens were absolutely perfect.
Back in June, this afternoon felt as hot as June today. Very cold this morning. I think the great initiative this morning, which hopefully you picked up on with Shiv and the Shiv Kapoor, the EAGL Ambassador and the EAGL Junior Championship. Great winner, 31 gross by the way. I think Neribort beat Shiv and most of his friends, but that was a great start, a great new initiative. Ambitious, but it was delivered. So I'm always impressed with the EAGL chairman, Sadesh and Priya, and the team for their ambition. And this is certainly, as I said the last few days, this is amateur corporate golf at the next level, where really amateurs are receiving the experience of being a professional.
And now it's time for Shiv to reveal what's happened. What are we going to announce first, individual or the full team?
I think we're going to start with the MVP, the most valuable player today, with 21 points. If you tuned into the commentary, everybody would know, was Rohit Gupta from Emirates NBD, 21 points, which is quite a remarkable achievement. So can we have Rohit Gupta up here?
It was the first off the tee this morning, actually, in Group 1 this morning, this afternoon. Teed off pretty much dead on 12 o'clock. And we saw him playing all during the day, and it was all very consistent. And we did say when he finished his opening round, he's going to have a real challenge to be beaten for the individual trophy. And it turns out that Rohit is our individual winner. Rohit, come in here, stand next to Shiv, collect your trophy, take the applause of Wembley Stadium here. I'm going to get out of the way, nobody wants me in the photo. Let's find out then the big winner, Shiv.
We'll start with the runner-up team. And the runner-up team was Emirates NBD, led by Marwan Hadi, and their star players Rohit Gupta, who scored 21 points. Can we have the whole team of Emirates NBD up here, please?
I'm just the hired help. I don't want any part of the corporate photos. As here we go, Emirates NBD runners-up today. Round of applause for our runners-up. Superb performance out there on the track. Photos that will be winging their way around the world now. Right, silence please. Shiv, let's do this with grandeur.
So with all that went down today, 9 teams, 72 players, it came down to a very, very close fight. But the winning team is the WOW team.
WOW by name, WOW by nature. Where are they? The Wealth of Wellness team, come in here, take the applause, which is prematurely stopped here, but I'm sure it will restart again where Nick Tarrant encourages people to applaud all over again. There we go. And it's magical stuff. Thank you, Earls Court. Here we go. Jackets are coming off and everything for this. It's all gone crazy. Cats marrying dogs. And there we are, our EAGL Business Series corporate event champions for 2021 here at the track at Meydan. Everyone's going to look at the cameras. We may well be off air now, but nobody knows. People watching on YouTube now having the time of their lives. And there are our champions. Look at that. Front page of the National at least. There's one more surprise. Oh, the prize. Let me come over here. I'm going to pass it over to Shiv because he's the professional golfer.
So the winning team wins a grand prize of a golfing holiday to Bulgaria at Lighthouse Golf and Spa. So it'll be fantastic if we get to see you all in there. And of course, look out for your pictures and a half-page ad in the newspaper the next couple of days.
Wonderful stuff. Our huge congratulations to our winners here at Meydan. A final round of applause for our champions. WOW by name, WOW by nature. Thank you very much, everyone. We'll see you in 2022 for our next EAGL event. For now, it's good night.